station, heed the call. Escalation, this is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go. Touting my name, touting my style like an energy short. I just keep coming, I huff and I snort to the goal, yo. I ain't your friend, ho, I take you down, though. We fight for our rights, this isn't a game. We live for the ride, we're going down in flames. We don't give nothing when nothing is due. In the end, when it falls, it's on top of you.
You are now listening to Fresco Matic Radio. Behold.
Yeah! What's going on? Oh,
yeah.
Man, you know what's popping today. Look at my setup, man. We in December times, or almost December times. You know what's popping today. I got a great, splendiferous show for you. Because you know what it is. It is, woo!
Yeah.
What's going on? I am the street sweeper, the fly, the baddest man alive, Fresco Matic. And you're tuning in to another episode of the Fresco Show. Episode what? Episode 12?
Yeah, I think episode 12.
12.
Yep.
Woo! Look what we've done since then, man. We brought this thing here since August. Now we're here, close to December, still killing, still rocking. Only the Fresco Show can. You know, let me get my seat ready. We got a lot to
take a
get
seat.
into today. We got a lot to get into. Let me hop in. Oh yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
All right.
How you feeling, Fresco Matic?
All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. All right. Let me get comfortable. There it is. Okay, folks. Behold, you are now
in the presence of the fly.
All right, y'all. And once again, grab your popcorn, grab a seat, relax. You're hanging out with family tonight. This is the Fresco Show, and let's get it popping. First things first, how is my partner, Madam Rice, doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm doing all right. You know.
Okay. You're looking good over there with the hair curls and stuff.
Why, thank you.
Been working on it somehow. What you been doing over there?
Yeah, been recording and.
Oh, you've been recording?
Yeah, I've been recording.
What you trying to do now?
My YouTube channel.
You working on a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, folks, don't forget, guys, I always forget to plug in my stuff before we get started. Check out the Madam Rice. She's starting a brand new YouTube channel on hair tutorials. If you're looking for anything as far as getting your hair done and getting it done in a fast, efficient, and quality way, hit up her channel, man. She's trying to cook something up.
Subscribe to my channel.
Cooking up. Also, while you're at it, folks, don't forget to follow wherever Fresco's at the Fly Fresco Matic. You know, if you're not liking it already, you can also go to my Twitter, my Instagram at Fresco Matic. You know, we gotta get all the plugs out the way.
Yeah.
We get the plugs out the way.
That's Facebook.
You know, that's Facebook. Right there's Instagram. You know, we gotta follow that thing right there. I get the most active on Instagram. And of course on Twitter, so I'm just being myself. So wherever it goes from there, you gotta check it out. Check it out, folks. You know. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but we are back in full force. Also, my YouTube channel, guys. I'm trying to get that up, trying to get that going. I got a lot of content on there from Fresco solo matches to lights, camera, faction matches to all types of different things, promos, etc. Man, it's really a hidden gem.
Yeah, and the Fresco show.
Yeah, of course. And also, Fresco show archives will be on YouTube a day after we air live. So in case you missed it, you can always come on by.
Absolutely.
But before we get started, I need a drink.
All right.
So,
what are you drinking
so today, usually, I got a setup where normally I got a drink of some Hennessy, some brandy, or some Jack.
Something dark.
Today, you know, it'll always be dark.
Yeah, of
but
course.
today I got something different. I got some eggnog today. Yeah. Look what I got going. Y'all know what I got going. I got some eggnog going on today. You know, stomach feeling all right so far. But I got a combination for it.
What's the combination?
I already got my gorge. Lined up. I'm going to introduce y'all to one of my favorites. I know some of y'all bougie and don't like this drink. But for me, it works just fine.
For the non-bougie folks.
For the non-bougie folks, I got some E and J in the building. When you're trying to get drunk on a budget, you go and get some E and J.
Yes,
and,
you do.
If y'all know black folk, the combination is always nice.
Yeah, and I have to say as well, I've got my eggnog here.
Yeah, you got your eggnog there. You got your eggnog.
You know,
that's cool. That's cool.
without the alcohol, of course.
All right. Oh, look at that.
How's it taste?
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm feeling good now.
Good.
All right, don't forget, folks, to give us a call. Tune in. We got a lot of things to get into tonight, folks. We have Jody the wrestler. Jody will be live with us via satellite later on in the episode. But for right now, it's time for news on the fly. What do we got, Madam Rice?
All right. The Thanksgiving recap.
Thanksgiving just passed this weekend. A lot of stuff has been, obviously different for most families, if not all families going on right now. So from Fresco's family to you guys, hope you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend. At least a decent one. It was, I think this year for us, it was a lot of perspective because usually every year we're doing something, right? We're hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, going to multiple houses. I know for me and my boys back in the day, we go to multiple houses on Thanksgiving, from friends to relatives. Make your stops. Make your stops. See some folks, hang out, get a little drunk, whatever the case may be.
A little tipsy.
A little bit of the bubbly. But that going on, but. Of course, it's been not like that this year. It's been very different, very trying, very hard. So
it has been.
Everyone's got a story when it comes to it. I know for us, I'm just grateful I was able to see my family, the family that's here in Vegas a little bit, even though I had to see them from the porch, from inside the house, and I'm seeing them from there. Yeah. I think I just wanted to say that because. I'm just fortunate to still be able to see them. Right. And for those who were able to do that too, God bless you. And if you couldn't, still God bless you because this is a time for everyone trying to get through things. Yeah,
it's a trying time right now, and I think that it's important to hold on to what you deem valuable and just hang in there,
Yeah, no, I got you for sure. That's why you're tuning in here with the Fresco Show. We're about to get into it and get live with it. What's next on the Fresco Show News on the Fly?
The Mike Tyson boxing match, right?
All right, let's get right into the shiznits.
Yeah.
This past weekend, I was on the couch chilling, trying to do my quarantine. So, but
yes,
I'm watching this fight, right? I'm watching this whole thing go on. First things first. I know everyone said it online. But we definitely need to see Snoop Dogg in some capacity commentating on all types of fights. He was fantastic.
Wait, was he commentating on this one?
Yeah, he was commentating on this one.
I missed
he was commentating on this one with also former WWE announcer Mauro Ranallo, one of my favorite guys.
Oh, nice.
It's going down like Fat Joe and lean back. He had Mauro Ranallo in there, and that was a superb combination. The Tyson Roy Jones fight was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting to say the least because
Yeah.
For Tyson, it's been 15 years since he's been in the ring. 15 years he's been in the ring. Roy Jones about like what 3 or 4, but he's been like not super active for a while. So to see that kind of happen, it just shows the power of just black culture, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I missed it, but I was looking, I've seen memes and everything of young Simba, like touching Roy. I guess Roy was down for how long? He was down for a while, or something.
That was actually the next person that we're gonna get into.
Oh,
Roy Jones. Roy Jones looked okay. But I tell you what, anyone who watched that fight. And the result was a draw, by the way. It was a draw, which no one, no matter what sport, wants to see a damn draw.
No.
So to have that go down and to have that pop up, like, are you kidding me? Tyson obviously won the fight. He was rocking Roy Jones. He is the scariest 56-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Wasn't he on like WWE or like NXT or something?
He's made a few wrestling appearances throughout. He's been on AEW earlier this year, messing with Jericho. He's done stuff in the Attitude Era. He's been a wrestling guy for a while, so all that adds to it. There should be no draws. No, that's just one thing. I always hated that in wrestling when they had some draw. Like, what?
Is that the same thing as a no contest?
Yeah, kind of. It's like they draw. It's like there's no winner, but there's no loser either.
Right.
So
it's like there has to be a
winner.
Come on now.
Wins and losses matter. Next up on News on the Fly.
They do. Let's see. Nate Robinson. Had a rough night.
Okay, so my man Nate Robinson. He had a celebrity boxing fight this past weekend, and he took on well-hated, well-disliked YouTube, Twitter clout celebrity Jake Paul.
Okay.
One of those guys. And I remember just scrolling through the timeline, and I was just seeing how everyone was kind of like, hey, we need Nate Robinson to whoop this dude. We need him to beat him. I'm rooting for Nate Robinson. I'm ready for him to throw down. I'm ready for him to go. Former NBA player. Slam dunk champion, repping the NBA.
Yeah.
He got clocked in I think the second round. I'm watching it from the beginning. He's attacking him like my little cousin attacked me when I was little. When I was bigger. He was
with all his might.
He just ran up on Jake Paul, and you can just tell, oh man, he better be careful. I don't know who the hell trained him or put their name on that, but y'all need to get fired because y'all had him out there looking stupid. He was running around like it was middle school.
Man.
That was no fun at all.
Yeah.
That was no fun at all for him, and everyone had a blast making fun of him, man. Internet is cruel. Obviously, it's very cruel. But once you put stuff on wax, man, you can't take it back.
That's
true.
Let
this be a lesson for everyone who's trying to get into sports or think that they can just fight someone because off the clout.
Yeah, no.
You need to train.
It takes muscles.
Proper.
It takes, endurance. It takes all that good stuff.
Properly train because you're going to end up like that because it don't matter how good you can shoot a basketball.
Right.
Or how good you can slam dunk a ball or how well you can condition. Like being in boxing shape is probably the most physically taxing shape of all like athletic shapes. There's being in wrestling shape is like a big requirement. Being in basketball shape is a big requirement. Being in boxing shape to go through the rounds, it's just a whole different mentality. I saw a joke saying that some people are going to have Jake Paul's face on a picture board like Muhammad Ali when he knocked that old boy. They're gonna have him doing that with Nate Robinson. But of course, we're glad he's okay.
Yeah.
We're glad Nate Robinson's okay.
I just want to make sure, just clarify. So Jake Robinson, he's like a socialite or something like that.
He's a social media guy.
Oh, okay.
He's made controversial things. A lot of people dislike him.
And for some reason, he was like, "Hey, I'm going to go fight this guy."
He done had 2 fights before. He done had 2 boxing fights before, but he's just getting started. He wanted to get into this boxing, and he pretty much laid him out. He clocked him, and he didn't have to do much. Just walked right into it.
One good clock. All it takes is one, right?
Yeah, he was knocked down a couple of times. Nate Robinson. I'm like, oh man, you going out sad, partner.
Yeah.
You going out sad.
Well, he's okay though.
He's okay.
He's recovering, so that's good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What do we have next?
Oh, I'm so sad for this one. UNLV, that's my school, one of my schools.
Ah,
Still winless. What's up with that?
garbage. Garbage.
Hey.
Garbage.
Hey.
Look. I am a UNLV fan, lifelong. So I can say these things.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. This has been a terrible year for everyone, right? But this has been a terrible year for me and my sports team.
It has.
So by proxy, this is what's going to go down.
All right.
UNLV basketball was just playing UNC. No one expected them to win that game, but they were up. They were up quite a bit earlier. They're up 13-0 at some point in the first half.
Yeah.
But you just knew it. You knew it. I knew in my soul that they're not going to hold that lead.
You did.
They're not going to hold that lead. I'm not even out there watching the game.
Yeah.
I turn on the scoreboard. It's 58-71.
Oh, man.
So
They still have time
so
to catch up.
I think this is the first time in history that both UNLV's football and basketball teams are going into December with 0 wins.
Oh, man.
0
Zero?
wins. And that's saying something for UNLV football. They don't have some bad seasons.
Yeah.
So to have that going on, it's rough. COVID hit them hard.
Yeah.
Hey, they have nice uniforms though, man. They got nice gear. So I'm always gonna rock UNLV gear when I'm out of town. But get your shit together.
I love to rock UNLV when I go to the gym. Just makes me feel good,
Yeah.
Being a graduate from there.
Look, you graduate from there. That's nice.
Two-time graduate.
Two-time graduate. And what else do we have?
We have the Raiders are struggling.
Raiders also struggling right now.
Yeah.
It looks like, they were on a little bit of a streak. They were winning some games. Derek Carr was playing phenomenal. Still playing all right. But they got blown out by the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. One of the worst teams in the league. And then they got blown out like 40-something to like 6. It was ridiculous. Every game means something to the Raiders at this point. They need to keep pace because the playoff race is so tight in the AFC that 1 or 2 losses can potentially put you on the outside looking in.
And they're new. They're not new, but they're new to Las Vegas.
Right.
So they have a lot to prove.
They're very new to Las Vegas, and they got off to a very good start. They're 6-5, so nothing crazy, but still a chance to make things right. But you can't be losing teams you shouldn't be beating. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to put on your schedule.
That's true.
Because you're going to have trouble later on getting through things. So definitely that's a lesson learned for the Raiders. You're going to do something in Vegas, got to get it popping.
Yeah, I hope they win. I hope the Raiders win, and I hope that UNLV, picks it up.
We all hoping for things like that. I
Yeah.
mean, if UNLV can get it together, I'll be the happiest man because I'm a diehard UNLV guy.
Yeah, you
so
are.
so to see that go down and to see them just get whooped on all the time from people. Oh, you UNLV fan? What UNLV fan? Oh, you Raiders fan? You Raiders fan? Oh, you Clippers fan? Everyone gets.
You always get the short end of the stick. People are always.
You know what's funny? Sometimes when I go
talking.
I go to the damn grocery store sometimes, and I'll have on a hat. Or I have on a beanie, or I have on a shirt.
They hate on you.
And some random Negro doesn't want to look at me like, "Hey, Clippers, man, for real?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, Clippers, what's
For
up?"
real.
And then they'll be like, "Oh man, you got the wrong team on there." And then at that point, I think, should I drop kick this dude right here in the middle of the shopping
Fresco.
mart? Does he know the power I possess that I can just squeeze his head until it's a black grape?
Come on.
But people try to piss me off, Madam Rice. So it's been a tough year.
Look, no. I understand. I understand that people piss you off, okay? But would it kill you to be a little nicer, man?
No, they ain't nice to me. As soon as they see me, they wreak havoc and they shine evil lights on me.
Two wrongs
bragging
do
about
not make
yes,
a right.
it does when it comes to sports. Absolutely, it makes sense. I need that when it comes to sports.
Next topic.
What is our topic here on News on the Fly?
Jeezy and Gucci.
I want to touch on this last episode, but
Yeah.
we couldn't. We ran out of time with our guest Shogun and Kenny.
Their
Shout out
show
to them.
off.
That was amazing to watch. That was something great for the culture
Mm-hmm.
between Gucci and Jeezy. If you don't know the history between that, check that out. It's real. It's
Mm-hmm.
real beef that they ended up, that took years, separated families as far as
Jeez.
generations
Yeah.
of who can hang out with who in Atlanta. Like Atlanta's a really, really, really interesting place as far as dichotomy and culture things. Like I wish I grew up there. in a
my
way.
gosh.
I wish I grew up there in a way.
You say
'cause
that now.
I do. But that was amazing. Just hearing Gucci, put out the very diss song that he dissed his boy who he murdered.
Wait.
was shocking. Yeah, it was.
He admitted to murder?
No.
Okay.
What happened was this. Gucci. They had beef over a song.
Of course.
Beef over a song. Beef went on for a while.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, Jeezy allegedly put out a hit on Gucci's chain. He went after Gucci's chain. One of the hitmen went after him. Gucci killed him. That's real. He got acquitted on charges and stuff like that. He put out a diss record like years ago talking about him and his dead homie.
Yeah, you told me a little bit about this.
So yeah,
he killed the hitman that was going to kill him.
Yeah, so so Gucci don't feel no remorse at all.
Right.
He don't feel no remorse at all.
That's deep, man.
So so definitely get that in there. Definitely get that going.
Yeah.
But it goes from there. What do we got next? Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
All the topics.
All right, folks. We will be right back after a quick commercial break, folks. And we'll get into it, and then we'll get into our guest as well later.
Yes, we will.
Don't you go nowhere. This is the Fresco Show. Ha ha! Yes, sir.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Are you looking for a reliable place to get a haircut? Or is it time for your man to get that shape up? Look no further than Las Vegas's own A1 Barbershop. Located in the heart of the Boulevard Mall to fulfill all of your hair needs. With top-tier barbers such as Slow, artist Cushy Jackson, and Fresco's personal barber Brennan.
Okay. We back.
Hey.
We back. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm just all right. Don't forget, give us a call here at the Fresco Show and tap in with your boys and your girl at 702-329-6947. Give us a call, folks, and let us know how you feel, folks. We trying to get it popping right now. But I want to get into this a little bit before we get into our guest.
All right.
How has the wrestling world handled COVID in 2020? Going into this year, there was just so much stuff going on. There was a lot. Everything seemed like it was just clicking on all cylinders. I know for a lot of people here in the city, it felt like that too.
Right.
Then boom, March hits, everything shuts down. There's a big pause on everything. A lot of us here in town, try to, keep up and stay ready as far as, shape and conditioning. Just trying to do the extra, we're thinking, okay, this won't last forever. This won't last more than a couple months at the most. We're going through this. We're doing our thing. We do come back for a brief moment, but it seems like this just isn't going away. There's a lot of stuff going on with just people just not being ready to come back. Right. Businesses, shutting down, and of course wrestling. Yeah, and wrestling taking finding a way to still be relevant in today's game, but it's different now. If you look at all the major shows, major independents, for most part, empty arena.
Yeah.
No
audience.
No audience, no reaction, nothing. You're just working out there. It's a different dynamic. We've been fortunate enough to have, small crowds at FSW, and it's been real interesting to see how that kind of has played out. So I could hardly imagine what it would be like if let's say we had to wrestle empty arena style tomorrow. That's a whole different element. Only people understand the element of what it is to go not feed off the crowd, not see what they're doing, not reacting to what their reaction is, and not feeling the flow. You're just going out there and doing stuff.
I mean, I can definitely imagine. I can definitely imagine. Back in the days when I danced. I couldn't imagine going out there and there not being an audience. You
Yeah.
know, when the audience is small, you know, that's one thing. But when there's no audience at all whatsoever, it's like
Okay. Yeah.
you
for
really
sure.
have to push through, and you really have to create, you know, a story in your head, like to keep you going.
No, absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. So, you know, seeing people like at United Wrestling Network,
Uh-huh.
and other places like that are still that are independent shows but doing the empty arena thing.
Right.
You know,
Kudos to them.
You know, kudos to them because it's a whole nother beast.
It is.
to do stuff in front of nobody.
is.
You know, you're really trying to get into the arts of it, but wrestling, you know, it's kind of like Vegas in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas throughout the years has always found ways to survive because it's built on unconventional success. When you
I
look
agree.
at Las Vegas, this is all wasn't supposed to happen. This is all just supposed to be like a little small town,
Mm-hmm.
the equivalent to a small little town in Maine or something.
Yeah,
except
like
it's in the
Storybrooke.
desert. Storybrooke. What you know? How you know? Yeah, Once Upon a Time reference.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do one of those. But now
Mm-hmm.
it's a mecca and it's one of the bigger cities on the planet as far as recognition goes.
Absolutely.
Wrestling, I feel like will always find a way to do its thing. I just hope we don't got to do this forever as far as not have not fans at all or just not a bigger amount of fans because that will, I think, rear its ugly head later down in the road for the business because you're only getting so much of this and that. You know, having the fans be there to feel what's going on. Like, you know, I feel like a Fresco-matic, match should be felt, you know.
Right.
But I digress. You know, that's kind of where we're at now. But I'm glad wrestling has been able to kind of find its way through. One of the companies that's found a way through is GCW. They've been doing their thing. They, of course, had their show moved from Las Vegas after the ruling
Yeah.
from Sisolak. But they had a show coming up here this weekend.
Are they still having it?
No, they're doing it, but doing it somewhere else.
Oh,
They're doing
okay.
it somewhere else. But, you know, places like that are still keeping independence alive. Of course, our places here in Vegas are doing a good job, too. But it's just wow. Like, how's it been for you seeing wrestling kind of dull down as far as audiences go and just like the environment for you, like being in a crowd? What's it like?
I mean, honestly, I don't remember when it wasn't like that. I feel like
Damn.
I mean, yeah, when I first started watching wrestling, live wrestling, the crowds were huge. I mean,
Yeah.
hundreds of people. And now it's like not as many people, obviously. So it's sad for me. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it's sad, and it's like I really hope that once all this passes, that the crowds continue to come out because I know they want to come out,
Right.
of course.
Yeah.
But just
we gotta get them back
safety.
out. But safety first is always it's
Yeah.
always important. You know, everyone make sure to wear your mask while you out there and
Yeah,
stuff, folks.
absolutely.
You know what? I think it's about time.
What is it about time for?
We have a very special guest that's
We
online
do.
waiting right now.
We
He is
do.
on cue with me. You know, this is a guy who's been, he had a very unconventional way of getting through to the wrestling business. But this year, this is why I say you got to make lemonade, out of lemons.
Out of lemons.
He's definitely made sweet lemonade out of this year.
Yeah. Or lemon cake.
Oh my God, I was in such bad shape in that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. Coming on the line right now is the Vegas Triple Crown, the only Vegas Triple Crown winner in history.
Yes.
Current Battleborn and Party Hard Monster champion. I bring you Jody, the wrestler.
Welcome.
What's going on, Jody?
Hey.
What's going on? Is my man online?
What's up, y'all?
Yes.
Hey.
What's
That was
going on?
I saw y'all drinking. I had to get my third glass of wine in for the night, so
There you go.
Yes.
I gotta play catch up a little bit.
Catch up, man. Jody, man, how are you feeling tonight, brother?
Man, after 3 glasses of wine, I feel pretty good. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I got this E&J with the eggnog, man, so I'm feeling pretty ghetto right now, but it's going well. It's going well.
Yeah. And I've got my eggnog.
Eggnog,
No,
man.
E&J?
No
Oh,
E&J tonight.
No E&J, no E&J. It's feeling good, man. Man, so Jody, bro, you at the crib, man, like, man, how you been feeling, man? This has been such a crazy year but you've made it into a year that's worth a lot, bro. How does that feel for you, dog? How does that feel for you going into it?
Man, it's kind of wild because like I see everybody like all the time. They're like, "Yo, fuck 2020." Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fresco show.
I'm
Yeah.
logged off already, bro. Nah, everyone's like, "Fuck 2020," and I'm just like, "Oh, this kind of been like my best year so far." Like I feel that because like we live in a horrible time. Don't get me wrong. Like
For sure.
people are dying by the thousands, but me personally, like professionally, it's been a really good up and coming year. So it's like a crossroads where it's like, yeah, like fuck 2020, but also thank you 2020. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally relate to that. You know, there's there's disadvantages and advantages to it. I
Right.
feel.
You've absolutely taken the independent wrestling world by storm, man. Whenever I hop on to Twitter and I see him getting engagements with like PWI or something, and I'm like, oh my, look at this man. He's on it.
Yeah, he's making it happen.
You know, sometimes I'm just kind of like in awe because it's like, oh man, like he's getting it done. Jody, man, what got you into wrestling in the first place?
what got me in the first place? It was SmackDown versus Raw 2010.
Oh snap! That's a classic right there. That's a low key classic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Outside Here Comes the Pain. Yeah, you know, it was one of those.
Yeah. No,
For
I
sure.
went back and played all those, but I got into wrestling kind of late. Like I went back and played No Mercy. That's my shit. Like I
Okay.
went back and played them all.
Okay.
But yeah, I got into wrestling in like 2011, and I was just like at a friend's house playing SmackDown versus Raw, and then I saw CM Punk, and I was like, this dude looks cool as hell. I want to be him when I grow up. And then I went to a music festival out here called Extreme Thing, and they had professional wrestling there. And actually, Ricky Tenacious, he was like,
Ricky T.
he had to be like 16 at the time. He was on the show, and he comes up to me after, and he's like, hey, man, you go to school with me, right? And I was like, fuck, I guess I do. So we met up at school, and then we just started talking wrestling, and then eventually he opened up BVW, and he hit me up, and he's like, hey, man, like, we got a training school over here. What's good?
For sure. Okay, cool. So we fast forward into this, man. What is going through your head after your first couple of practices, first couple of bumps, working with teachers? Like, what's going through your mind a few days in to the game?
So part of it's on me. Part of it's on the fact that some of the people teaching me weren't the best at the time. I hated it. I hated wrestling. Like the first couple years, honestly, because I trained to wrestle at BVW for a couple months, and it was with this dude. I legitimately can't remember his name. He doesn't wrestle anymore. His real name's Nick. I don't know his wrestling name. Just like, I think he got like pleasure out of making us suffer rather than teaching us.
Oh, okay, one of those. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's no fun.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I didn't like to
yeah.
wrestle. I was like, yeah, I'm cool as a manager. Like I'm chilling. And then,
Okay, so you start into that. You start off. So what was like? So was your first gimmick Young Boy, or was it something else going into it in the beginning?
that was the first gimmick. Jace hit me up. Like we were in a group chat, me, him, and Hollow Point. And he just hit me up and he's like, hey man, I got this booking in Utah. I have this new gimmick that I want to debut. Do you want to come out with me and try it with me? And then it worked, and then we got out here and it worked, and then it just kind of blew up from there.
For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How old? I mean, when you first started, how old were you? I know you said you got started late, but how old were you?
Well, I mean, I'm only 23 right now.
Okay.
I got into managing when I was 16, so I don't know the math on that, but I started actually wrestling in 2018.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you've been in the industry for a bit now. So you've got a bit of experience. So you go through BVW. You do the thing with Jace and J Cafe, right? Strong Style Squad.
Well, that wasn't at Big Valley yet. That was after we got into FSW when J Cafe came in. Okay. So originally it was just you and Jace that started. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That makes it's making more sense. Okay, for sure. So now I said this earlier. You're one of the few wrestlers that has traveled to all three realms. I call them three realms. You know, between the Big Valley verse, of course, versus and future stars of wrestling. What was your first impression when you saw your first FSW show, and where was it?
My first FSW show was shortly after I started watching wrestling. It was 2011. Ricky Tenacious again. Him and his dad took me to an FSW show at Sam's Town.
Yes, sir.
And the first match that I saw was Cutthroat Cody versus Beast the Butcher.
Okay.
And I was like, this is, or I guess at the
Cool.
time it was Crash Test Cody.
Crash test.
Yeah.
Crash test.
And
Man.
immediately
Cool.
I was like, yeah, this is my shit, bro. Like I need to get like that show is the one that made me be like, yeah, I want to be a pro wrestler.
Okay. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, you have had a very interesting rise throughout the last couple of years. I got to ask you going into it, when you were doing the Strong Style Squad with Jace, man, did you ever picture yourself several months later winning the heavyweight championship, or was that something that you just, you know, like,
Yeah, just kind of fell in your lap.
it kind of just happened. Kind of just happened.
I didn't believe that it was real until after it happened.
Okay.
Like, like I
Sure.
pulled up, like I knew like a week in advance that I was getting the match with Hammerstone. Remy
Okay.
called me on FaceTime and was like, "Hey, we got an idea for the main event. You versus Hammerstone." I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like I didn't believe it, so I showed up to the show and that was on the card, and I was like, "All right, cool."
Cool.
But I'm not winning. There's no way I'm winning.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you go into that too, like, okay, cool, whatever. I got the main event. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, put my best foot forward. But you know, there was so much more. You know, people still talk about that moment to this day. People who have watched and kept up with the chain of it. If I were to have been asked who was gonna do the first Vegas Triple Crown, I definitely wouldn't have had Jody on my list at first, but that's nuts because that
it's
match,
awesome.
I've watched it a couple of times, Madam Rice.
Yeah.
And this man, he is getting his ass whipped.
And then he wins it.
He's getting his ass whipped.
Yeah.
He took a beating. And it was one of those that looked like it was uncomfortable. But then of course the finish happened. Karrion Kross came in there and did the thing, and you know he capitalized. And alongside Brian Cage, Matt Hardy, Chris Bay, Karrion Kross, Jody the Wrestler is amongst that
There it
heavyweight championship lineup, bro.
Congrats.
You know,
Thank you.
No, I had to say that because I feel like a lot of people would have rested on that. Would have said, "Oh, cool, man! I've done the impossible. You know, I've won one of the most coveted championships, you know, not only in the city but the region. You know, I'm good. I don't gotta do shit else."
Right.
You know, I think for you, I noticed a lot with you. You do a lot of you know, strategic things too. You definitely make sure that people know who Jody is, even if they've never seen him wrestle before. You know, I think you've been able to grasp an audience that just fucks with you, and I think that's the biggest like case for most wrestlers to get, because sure, we all can like throw down in the ring, you know, that's not a problem. I think the biggest thing is getting people just to fuck with you, like, hey, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Even whatever he's doing, that works out, man. So how have you been able to take that moment, which for all purposes should have been over after that? You took that and turned it into a second, third renaissance in your career. Now you're hotter than ever.
Well, yeah, like I said, like I showed up and it was on the card, and I was like, all right, there's no way I'm winning this match. And then, like you said, Karrion Kross got involved, helped me win, and I was like, all right, cool. I won one of the biggest like you said, one of the biggest championships in the region, if not the biggest.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so where do I take this from here? I had to do that cage match with Kross and Hammerstone, which again, I just got my ass kicked for like 20 minutes. That one I did not win. And yeah, just kind of like, there was a long period of time where I was like, one, I didn't know if I wanted to keep wrestling.
Right.
Because I got my ass kicked by Hammerstone 2 times.
Shoot, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Like, yeah, like I viewed that as like my peak almost. I was like, all right, I won that. Like, where do I go from here? And then I kind of realized that like, this is more so in like the past year or so, I've realized like, yeah, like FSW is a premier promotion in the Southwest, but there's also like the Northeast. There's Southeast. There's a whole country, and that's what I'm kind of focusing on now, is taking this shit national. Like
Yeah.
I did Pittsburgh, I've been in Arizona a bunch. I go to California sometimes. Like I'm just trying to take this as many places as I can.
I got you. Yeah,
Nice.
it's showing a lot too. You stepped into the backyard universe earlier this year. That was crazy. Like, wow, you went over there, and they seemed. How was that experience for you going over there to the backyard universe and getting into that type of world? Because that's like a whole different like subgenre of wrestling that's still very popular in different parts of the country.
Are you talking about the Polyam cult in Pittsburgh?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's what it was.
So that wasn't originally supposed to be a backyard show.
Okay.
That was like that show had like the big names of indie wrestling on it.
Yeah,
It had, like,
yeah.
Effie, it had MV Young. It had like all the stars. It was supposed to be like but then of course everything hit. So like, how do we do this and do it safely?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one, it has to be outdoors. How do we do that? They bought a mansion. Like they bought a mansion just for this show.
Nice.
And they painted the entire yard to like match the colors of what colors was it? It was pink, yellow, and blue. So that was the pansexual flag.
Right.
Like they did this whole thing to like set it up to make it like a unique environment. It was in the woods. Like MV Young, I don't even know if he would want me to say this out loud, but he spent days like cutting down trees in that backyard.
Wow.
Like he
Wow.
made this show happen, and it was
Man.
amazing.
That's dope. That's dope. See, man, those details are always key, man. So you do that, and you don't stop from here. You end up later on taking on Beast the Butcher and a last man standing for, at the time.
Did I do that? Did I do that?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So at the time, he was of course the FTW champion, and you do that. Did you know going into that match if you were going to win that you were going to complete the trifecta, or was it something that came up after?
I knew ahead of time that like I was like, if I win this, I'll be the first to do all three. Mm-hmm. So that added to the motivation of the match. I was like, I need to go all out for this one. I can't hold back anything.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's dope. That's dope. So now, and also you've been killing it, of course, in Party Hard. Party Hard has come back recently.
Have I been killing it?
Oh my god! Yeah, look at that, man.
He's got the belts to prove it.
Oh my god, man! All the straps, man. You stay strapped. Man. So this one surprised me because I'm watching Party Hard. I keep up with it, seeing what they're doing. Really good product. They did a movie based like show, and it's like this creepy place like in a dungeon or some shit, and they're fighting. He takes on Beast the Butcher again.
Wow.
In the finals, and he takes another title away from Beast. Man, it's like, is that like your top 3 rogues gallery right now? Is Beast the Butcher? Who else is in there?
My top 3, like my favorite matches, or like my biggest rivals?
Biggest rivals.
Beast the Butcher, in no order. Beast the Butcher, Jace Battle from whenever we had our big feud.
Right, I remember those. Yes.
My third would honestly probably be Ricky Tenacious.
Ricky T he's one of my rivals too.
Yeah,
Man.
shout out to Ricky T.
He's top 5, man. My first big rivalry was with Ricky T and Braven, so I always got a lot of respect for my guy, man. So now we fast forward. You're thinking ahead now. You are doing something very ambitious. You're trying to bring a new wrestling organization into the game. Pandemic be damned. You're gonna try to bring in a thing called Grap House. It is hip hop meets wrestling in a capacity, man. Can you explain that for the audience? What you want to do with the Grap House?
So yeah, me and my buddy Chris. He's from Virginia. He just moved here recently. He runs the Fight Club out in Virginia.
Right.
And they're responsible for like the PAWD World Championship. Trish Adora.
Oh,
awesome
Trish Adora,
title.
okay, for sure.
Yeah, that world title that she has, the Pan African Championship.
Oh yeah, what a beautiful
that's
title.
his company.
Yeah.
Nice,
So,
nice.
Awesome.
We've had many talks about like how, one, we could grow the wrestling scene in Vegas, and 2, this is more for him. Like, I'm not trying to take credit for it, but he wants to get his culture into wrestling more.
Yeah.
And, And I'm a huge fan of hip hop, and I was like, what if we did a show where it's like rap battles and wrestling matches? And he was like, yo, that's a really good idea. So it kind of just spiraled from there. And at first it was just an idea, and then like sponsors hit me up about actually running it, and then like so many people showed interest, and I was like, all right, let's do it then.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
wow, man. See, and just like that, I think it's really been, key, because a lot of times when people get a chance to really be in the position to, run things or be in position of holding a company on their back, some people just kind of rest. I feel like you never rested. I feel like you kind of took that, okay, cool. I'm going to use this. I'm going to go here now.
Right.
I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to this spot now. So, from hustle to hustle, man, that's really good to see, because now,
awesome to see.
I've always wanted to see like a hip hop mix culture with wrestling, because in my head, that's how I live anyway. That's how I live anyways in my head. So to see that kind of put out in that situation is going to be cool, man. Theoretically, guesstimation, we think it's going to happen.
So I wanted to shoot for like February-ish, but the way things are going, I don't know if it's going to be allowed to run by February-ish.
Right.
So right now, kind of everything's up in the air. Like I have a lot of people who I'm talking to about like I got to book flights for people. I got to book hotels. And I was like, I don't know when I can do that. Like, I don't know when I could, in good conscience, bring people from, like, I got Lee Moriarty coming in. He was all the way from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I got, like, so many people coming in from different states. I'm like, this is not a good idea right now.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah,
So
it's
like,
it's definitely a situation where, you want to be safe for not only yourself, but also for, your people who you want to put on the show and have part of the experience. But, I think getting it out there and having people be excited about it and wanting to come is a step in the right direction. And I think everyone is chomping at the bit to just get back to it.
Yeah.
Vegas, we've been pretty lucky to have this little time where we can kind of wrestle a little bit, because some places they haven't wrestled since March.
Shut down. Yeah.
They've been out, just dying to get in the ring or just get in a ring and train. So that's big as well, man. Jody, let's keep it a stack, man. I know that you coming up, you dealt with a lot of people hating on you, man. Is there anything that you want to say to your haters at this point in your career? Because as far as where you've been and where you're at now.
Yes and no. There's a lot of things that I want to say, but also I don't think I've done enough yet. Like I'm in a good spot in my career right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very, very thankful for everything that's happened so far. But there's so much more room to go. Like I'm not ready to give them the satisfaction of knowing that they got to me yet. Like
yeah, I get you, bro.
I want to be on the top of the pedestal before I look down and tell them fuck you.
Yeah, I get you. Just wait on it. Wait on a little bit before you give them the big
Let
deuce.
It marinate.
Yeah, man. Yeah. See, I can't help it, man. I got to talk shit immediately after I do it. Shoot. But hey, Jody, what we're gonna do real quick, man? I want to play a game with you, bro. It's gonna be a word association game. Madam Rice is going to name something, and I want you to say the first 3 words that come to your mind when you hear this name. Are you ready?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Madam Rice, hit him with it.
All right. Shade.
My road dog. That's my boy.
The show.
Carrying cross.
That's my dude too. I'm supposed to do 3 words. I'm not good at this. Big help career.
There we go. FSW.
My first home.
Ricky Tenacious.
My first friend.
Aww.
Oh, look at
Party,
that.
party hard wrestling.
My new home.
Joe DeFalco.
All right.
Don't like me.
Chris Bay.
Huge motivator. Huge motivator me.
Nice. Swords.
Wait, don't leave. There you go.
I got that
See,
right here.
He got the sword. He got the sword on him.
Yeah.
He had
y'all
the,
are gonna bring that up.
I had to bring up the swords, man. I had to bring up the swords.
My claim to fame.
There you go.
There we go.
That's one word. That's one word. To fame.
I use a number. That's number 2.
And Jacob Austin Young.
My brother for life. Or forever. It has to be 3
There we
words.
go.
My brother for life.
Nice.
Forever. I just messed it up again.
Good job.
Excellent. Yo, man, Jody, man, I just want to tell you, dog, like, when I see you on the Twitter, on the socials, putting in that work, man, like, from the vision, man, I could tell that you really got a focused mind on what you're trying to do. And you came a long way in your own right to get to that point, bro. So despite all the stuff going on, bros, I know you're doing a real good job of keeping yourself on and doing the best you can to try to put on not only yourself, but the Vegas city. We appreciate that a whole lot. Any final words, man, before we have you off for tonight?
First of all, just thank you guys for having me. What you said about me earlier about people just fucking with me and doing what I do, not even about like in the ring. You got that too, bro. Like you're a star in the making. Everybody knows it.
Oh man, thanks, bro.
JodyTheWrestler.com is where you can find merch at Jody the Wrestler on all social media. Fuck swords. Fuck Donald Trump.
Yep. Y'all heard it. Oh man, appreciate you, Jody, man. We'll see you soon, dog. Thanks for having you on the show, dog. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, man. Holla at you, bro. Holla at you. All right, folks. Before we get out of here, we got to get into some Fresco's favorites.
Oh, yeah.
What you got for me, Madam Rice?
Well, we already talked about GCW Slime Time.
Right.
So, Super Mario World.
Yo, what? Okay.
Whoa.
So I seen this today. Super Mario World plans to open up in Japan.
Oh my goodness.
In February 2021. So first things first, this is, why is it, ever since I was a little kid, I felt like Japan never give us a good shit. They never give us the good shit. Even when I have bought consoles and game systems, they always give us the regular color.
Yeah.
They always had a cool exclusive, limited edition lime green or something for the same price, or just or games are exclusive, right? Now it's a whole other level.
Yep.
We got a whole other theme park, Super Mario World theme park. Like that's freaking amazing.
That's how I feel about that.
I would definitely go. But of course, Japan hates us, so they don't give us nothing.
We can go to Japan.
Yeah, we got to go to Japan to do this.
Yeah, we got to go to Japan anyway, right?
Yeah, so that's the mission for it. But I'm super jealous and I'm super sad. But
yeah, I got to get my hands. I have to go to Super Mario World. Yoshi, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser.
That's it.
Imagine a roller coaster. Imagine what that roller coaster is going to be like.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, imagine just having Bowser in there beating up people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could do without Bowser. He's scary.
Bowser's great. Bowser's a great character. He's misunderstood. We need Bowser to, Bowser definitely is
scary.
Is an essential character to Mario. Yoshi's all right, but Bowser's my guy. Bowser's my guy. What else we got on Fresco's favorites?
We got Travis Scott. I'm interested to hear this one.
Okay, so I saw this stat, and this blew my mind. So Travis Scott, of course, is already
There's Bowser.
He's already a big-time artist, right?
Yeah.
Big-time hip-hop artist and producer. His own kind of sound. He's been doing this for a minute now, I feel. He has earned some big money this year through different spots. He's got a deal with Sony. He's got a deal with Nike.
Whoa.
And he's got a deal with McDonald's.
Wow.
So I've never seen a brother get all three of the Trinity before when it comes to big sponsoring deals.
That is definitely the Trinity. McDonald's, Nike.
He got Mickey
oh my
D's.
gosh, three things I love.
He got Mickey D's.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the numbers.
All right.
So Sony, he's doing something with of course, for the Sony for the PS5. He's been doing advertisement and stuff.
Nice.
He already collected $1 million. They say by the time that he's done with it, it's supposed to collect $20 million.
I believe it.
From Sony and PlayStation.
Yeah.
And we'll most likely see Astro Boy system or something, skin.
Yeah.
Then we got Nike, which he's making $10 million per year on that. That's that's like NBA sponsorship money.
This guy is
endorsement.
set.
Oh, $10 million per year.
Given he invests it, which he will.
$10 million. It's crazy. He's got that going.
Yeah.
And McDonald's, he made $5 million off that because he had something going earlier this year where it was like everyone's getting like the Cactus Jack. He's he's stealing wrestling gimmicks and shit, doing the Cactus Jack combo. I don't even know what that is, but they have that. That was going on for a while.
Yeah.
That apparently did so well that he got $5 million off that, and he made merch off that, which put another $10 million on it. So he made $15 million alone in McDonald's money.
There we go.
I just, I'm not a numbers guy like that, but I wanted to give him a big salute.
Yeah.
Because
shout out to Travis Scott.
Because just because you're great at one thing does not mean you can't do multiple things at a high level.
That is absolutely true.
This is more motivation for me to be like, all right, let's get it.
Let's get it now.
You can be really great at one thing, but then let that milk over to other stuff and become great.
Right.
Yes.
Cool.
What else do we got? Fresco's favorites.
Cam Newton.
All right. So I have a rule here on this show, if you haven't noticed already. I will defend all black athletes until they prove that I can't defend them anymore. And this goes without saying, Cam Newton is on that list. Cam Newton had a very not eventful game on Sunday. He only passed for 84 yards, 2 interceptions, and it was just an ugly game. But the Patriots won.
There we go.
The Patriots won.
The Patriots won, baby.
And Cam Newton had a crucial third down conversion where he ran for it and got the extra hit on him to add the yards, do what he needed to do to get the walk-off field goal. I'm telling you right now, for all my peoples out there that had that was looking out and say, oh, the Patriots are done. We may not be great like we used to be, but we are not gone.
They're not done.
We're not done yet. We still here. You see that? We still here. So, Patriots are going to do what they can to wreak havoc on the league, man. And shout out to Cam Newton, bro. Black quarterback in action.
There we go.
That's how it goes. And anything else we got on the news? Anything else?
Really quick, Clippers move.
All right. So before we hop into the last segment of the night, Clippers made a couple of moves throughout the weekend, but I just, there was a Clipper stigma. There's a Clipper stigma, obviously, but Clippers made moves to get upgrades in their market. They of course got Serge Ibaka as their backup. That's the depth they needed in the front court. They got someone Luke Kennard. They just picked up Nicholas Batum. But all I hear on the media is saying how the Clippers underachieved in the offseason as opposed to the Lakers. So I already know what's going on now, but hey, the joke's on you, man. The joke's on you because for the last several years we've been the favorites and it hasn't worked out. Let us be underdogs for once and let us do our thing. Lakers had a really good offseason. They picked up a lot of great talent, but we will see how that plays out on paper. NBA starts again in a couple of weeks. So we're right back on it. I'm glad because I'm going to be in the house. So watching NBA will give me some type of sanity. And, until the Clippers piss me off again, then I'm going to go crazy. That's where it goes from there. But, Clippers all the way, Clippers all day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Is that it? What we got?
That is
it for it? That is it. All right, guys, before we get down to it, man, it is time for Fresco's You in Trouble Now segment.
Ooh,
and this isn't really for anyone specifically. This is just a reminder. This is a reminder that throughout the last, year and a half, Fresco-Matic has risen to levels that people didn't expect him to be at before 2020. Just like Jody, man, training was always a bit rough for me in the beginning. But when I grew to love it, it became me.
Right.
And I remember going into certain locker rooms, man, you could feel the hate. You could, you could feel the animosity. You could feel all that. And I just want to tell y'all that all that's done has made me stronger. This year, I've bounced back in a great way, and I am so fortunate to be in this situation. But let's make one thing clear. We are coming back bigger and better than ever. I don't know when the next wrestling show will be in Vegas going forward, but I do know this. Fresco will be there, and Fresco will knock some heads out, whether it's solo or rather whether it's with lights, camera, faction. One thing is for sure.
Hey.
Everything is only temporary, but Fresco's forever.
Yes, he is.
Hallelujah. Cut the check.
Right.
For Madam Rice, I'm Fresco Matic, Jody the Wrestler. We will see you soon.
See you soon.
Stay safe out there. Holla.
Wear your masks.
Yes.